On YouTube, look at it is 0 degrees today and where I'm at. Let me show you. 0. With that being said, I have my whole little white unicorn outfit. It is so cold, so let me just tell you, it's not been this cold, and I look like crap. I'm sorry, I just woke up, But it is cold, so I'm gonna leave that on. But I just dropped my daughter off at the bus, and I am gonna just post this video. I usually I have another videos that I wanted to post, but I want to edit them first. I don't have time to do that right now. I've been doing a lot of spring cleaning, and I'm gonna take that out. I feel weird. Anyways, I've been doing spring cleaning, just doing household stuff. Right now, my son's here visiting, and I love it when he comes to stay. I only get him once a month. There's a whole story to that. My ex-husband, he has full custody of him, because I lost my custody when I relapsed and things got really bad, and he even called CPS on me. So that is how bad it was. But it was because, he said that I ran outside with him without a jacket, but really he had every right to call, because I was doing the most when I started doing my thing again, and I started bringing my little baby. He was 6 months, and I would sneak him out with me at night to go get meet up my dealer, and I would have him in the car with me, and I wouldn't but I would take him in risque places more than I should have. So I felt like I deserved it, and we're in good terms now. We were married for a long time, but we were separated for a long time too. So because we got married in 2006, and I just divorced him a year and a half ago. So me and Richard started dating before, and Richard helped me. He's like, you need to, because I was trying to get away from him, and it was abusive, an emotional abusive thing, and I never met up to his standards, so we never met eye to eye, and especially after we had my son, and then I had a hard time with my painkiller addiction, and then it went from there to worse. And I lost my good job at Pikes Peak Community College. I really had a good job that paid me salary and everything. I had my own office at I got promoted. I started as a cashier in the college, and then I moved from the cashier to enrollment services, from there to financial aid, and every department that I went, they from the cashier, other department managers were like, I would like you on our team, and that's how I got it. And then the last job I had and I was pregnant the whole time. When I worked in the library, I was assistant to the director, and then right after I had my son, I really relapsed because I got a hemorrhoid, and when I was pregnant, really ready to pop. And tell me how I have a painkiller addiction. I was already recovering and everything, and they had to lance it. The hemorrhoid was so big. My gynecologist, the lady that was doing my, going to deliver me, she sent me to the emergency room. And my husband at the time, he didn't even meet me there. So my mom did. And my mom, she was down for me to let me get morphine and a shot. And then, of course, I asked for Percocet, and they knew I was pregnant. And it was downhill from there. So, anyways, I lost everything, and I started getting crazy, and I lost my job, and I had, it was just nuts. It went like a damn tornado storm, one thing after another. So let me just tell you, that's why I say, I'm so shocked. It took a lot for me because it hurt so much when I had to go through that, and they were trying to make me go jump through hoops, CPS, and they freaked me out because they're like, you need to do a drug test. I was like, you guys already know. I was like, they're trying to set me up, and my mind was crazy, and then they had me doing all kinds of these things, and I couldn't manage it with my addiction, and so I kind of let that fall to the wayside, and then I ended up in prison, and it was just a lot, and all of it was from really my drug addiction. All my charges, there are no drug charges, except for when I was younger. I had a no insurance ticket that was warrant out for my arrest, and I turned myself in one day, and I forgot I had pot, and I threw it away, but I was like, no, I put it back on myself, because you know what, I'm crazy. I'm I never had any discipline, so I'm gonna have to get disciplined one way or the other. I'll never learn. I still didn't learn, so I got charged with underannounced because it was a really Back in the day, you couldn't carry marijuana or nothing. It was like a quarter I just bought. Anyways, of marijuana, you know. I don't know if you could talk like that, but anyways, I turned myself in that night because I didn't want to be my family anymore. I had nowhere to go, and I'd rather be in jail. So there's so many stories I can tell you, but my charge that I went to prison for was literally trespassing. And I wasn't trespassing. I was just partying with these people that I didn't know. And I freaked out and they called the cops and I fought the cops and I got tased. And then all of a sudden I've got charges for trespassing and obstruction to peace officers. And then when I had probation, I didn't follow through. And so they sent me to prison. They didn't send me nowhere else. No correction like ComCore, because they said I was a violent person because I fought cops and had to get tased. And it was all because I was just going crazy in my head. Like, I literally was naked going, I went to the craziest. I thought I was dead and I had to go meet God. And so I was like, I'm flipping out. And I thought in my mind, I'm fighting the cops anyway. So I thought maybe I have to physically fight them, and then I can stop doing this madness. And it didn't make it better. It made it worse. But I have a big story to say. And a lot of it, when I did the stuff that speeded you up, not just the painkillers and the combination with that and, smeth, it really made me cuckoo in the cabeza, and I could do the most. And but I'm gonna stop it at that because I really think I want you guys to see just who I am. Okay, so let's get out of here. I'm tired. Okay, sorry. Look at this view. Show you guys this shit. Oh, excuse my French. This is what I get to look at on a daily, but it's freezing cold. But I'm prepared because see, look, I got my boots. I got double clothes. Let me show you. I'll just show you this real quick. Hold on. Flip this around so. Oh, okay, hold on. And then I'm going to stop it at that. Because I knew it was cold, so this is what I put on. It's like a little jumpsuit. I got it from a flea market for $1, guys. $1. It was $1. Not a flea market, sorry. A yard sale down the street from my honey's house when he lived in Denver. Before we got to, I had my apartment and he had his place. There's no tail, but it's the... It's my little unicorn one. It's my unicorn one. Anyways, it's freezing, so I'm gonna shut this off. But look at this beautifulness. And who would have thought? That's why I'm every day I am just so amazed. For this to be this, from where I came, shoot, I thought I was dead. So I was willing to break my own teeth out, and that's another story for another day. I busted my own teeth out one time. And it's because I thought I was dead. And it's a lot more to that. And every time when I realized and came to, there was always police and first responders right there. So it's God always had a plan, and I had to go through with what I had to go through. But I didn't like to be a drug addict. I just kind of got into it because of my environment, and it just got worse. And yeah, it is what it is. And I'm here where I am now. And that's why I'm so grateful. And that's why I want to say, if I can do it, you can do it. Because there was nights in jail, prison, where I felt so awful. I wanted my son and I wanted this or that. But then God gave me Snea, and I was in prison with my daughter pregnant. And that was a miracle in itself because I didn't even know. And that's another story. I found out I was pregnant with her when I was in jail after I got hemmed up because I was absconding from my parole. And they busted me, and I didn't even know I was pregnant. And I tried to run, and these parole officers pushed me to the ground. And thank God I was still new pregnant, so it didn't hurt Sanaya. But I had her in prison, and I had a deputy in there to help me, be with me. And that was all I had, except for the medical staff. But I got to let this go. Hope you have a blessed day, and, you can go through the deepest depths of hell and climb right back out. And that's what you got to do. I had to work. I got a job, and I kept working. But then I ended up getting on my disability because it was just crazy. But I'll tell you the story later. I got to go. Bye!